Eyup, I hope you're doing alright. Welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a good day so far. So today we're going to be building another base game home for the save file that I'm doing. If you didn't know, I'm currently working on a save file in Willow Creek where I'm basically just fully renovating the entire world. I also thought as well, should I do Oasis Springs? But then I thought, I've done 3 lots, let's just slow down. Let's do Willow Creek first. So potentially in the future, Oasis Springs is going to be included, and then it'll just be like one big save file. Potentially New Crest, we'll see. But I've literally done 3 builds, well 4 now. So let's just slow down and take it one build at a time rather than getting too ahead of myself. But yeah, this house is just a basic house really. I wanted it to be somewhat colourful, not really like so much on the interior. I tried, but you'll see that when we get to the interior. But because the other houses here, the ones that I've already done, I've done like a blue one and a green one, I thought why not have a yellow one? So we've got a yellow house, which I thought, you know, it turned out pretty cute. I quite like what I did with it. I quite like the landscaping that I did and everything. I think it looks quite cottagey in a way, like it looks a little bit like a cottage. But I actually built this house for a particular sim. So the sim that lives here, she's called Sylvie Eccles. I didn't come up with a name, I found it on a random name generator. But she's quite like a basic sim. The idea for her is that she's kind of what I imagine the average Sims player would make. Like, she's a young adult, she's a woman, she's got potential for skills, she doesn't really have any preference, she's kind of like a template sim. So I thought that I'd create a sim that's like that, and that way, you know, you've got sims to play with if you want to play with them. But like I said before, if you want to download the save file and you want to just evict all the sims there and move in your own sims, you're more than welcome to do that. You can do what you want with it, you know, once you've downloaded it. You could change the colour of the houses if you wanted, or renovate the interiors, do whatever you want with it. But I still wanted to have some sims available for those that don't want to make their own sims, you know what I mean? People that just want to download the save file, load it up, play it, and yeah, anyway. So Sylvia is quite like a basic sim, like I said. She's a romance sim. She has the aspiration, I think she has the serial romantic one, but it might be the other one, the soulmate one. Either way, she's just moved to Willow Creek and she's starting out. She's got kind of all her options open. She doesn't have any particular likes or dislikes. She's not necessarily skilled in anything. I think she might have one cooking skill because when I was playtesting the house, I had to like take care of her needs and stuff. And I've also been working on relationships and stuff, because when you download the save file or when you play in the save file, I want it to have some lore and some stories going on, unlike when you load up Willow Creek and most of the sims don't really know each other. There's nothing really going on. They just really have relationships within their own family. I don't like that. When I first really got into the Sims, I was playing Sims 2, and all the Sims in Sims 2 have some relationships going on. They know the neighbours, they can be enemies with some of the neighbours, they can have romantic interests. There's a lot of lore and there's a lot of, you know, drama in places, and that's what I want with this save file. I want it to have some character to it. You're not just loading into a bunch of blank Sims that don't really know each other, don't have anything going on. You know, some of them have got jobs, but that's about it. You know, there's nothing interesting happening. I want the total opposite with this save file. I want it to be something fun to play with, because, you know, that's kind of what I liked playing. When I do play with gameplay, I like stuff to be going on. I don't want to have to come up with everything on my own, which is kind of ironic because with this save file, I've had to come up with it all. But I am open to suggestions for any families or any types of sims that you'd want living here or that you think would live in Willow Creek. So if you do have any suggestions for any families, feel free to let me know. But yeah, I will talk about the build. So for the interior of the house, I did kind of intend the house to be quite colourful. I wanted, with it being a yellow house on the exterior, I feel like the type of sim that would want to live in a yellow house, which this might be generalising and a bit stereotypical, but they would have like a fun personality. They would have like, maybe they'd be quite creative, or they'd be quite bubbly as a person, and they'd potentially want like an interesting home. They wouldn't just want your basic beige magnolia interior, do you know what I mean? Like, they'd want interesting, potentially like artwork and just things that look nice and colourful and all that sort of thing, if that makes any sense. And I did intend for the interior to be more colourful than the other builds that I've done so far. I don't really think it's that colourful or that interesting. It's quite difficult with base game, I'm not gonna lie. The only thing you can really do is make it look ugly, like some of the counter swatches. Obviously you've got like magenta counters and like blue counters and stuff in base game, but that's not really the thing I want. Like I wanted just interesting looking and like cool wall patterns and wallpapers and whatever else. I think it's not like colourful, but it's got different colours. It's not just beige, white, basic stuff. So with the interior, I did start out on the living room, should I say, with it being yellow. But then when I found this gallery art by this person, I'll put the name on screen. I think their actual name is actually Michi. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I found them on the gallery a while ago. All the gallery art that I'm using in the save file is probably going to be by them. It just helps me to not, how can I explain this? You know when you credit somebody, if I just use one person, I know off the top of my head who it is, how to spell the name on the gallery, who they are and everything. And if I use multiple different creators on the gallery, I've then got to credit which one did which art, and it's just a lot. And because this creator Michi, I've such a variety of artwork, I thought I might as well just stick to them. So big sort of shout out to them and a big thank you to them for creating the gallery artwork. It's no CC, it doesn't use Park, so anybody can download it. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking them out. And like I said, I've put their name on screen. I'll put it in the description as well. So yeah, once I'd used the gallery art, I kind of picked colours from that and then ended up making the living room like a dark greeny colour. And then for the bedroom, again, I started off, it took me quite a while to decide on this. I actually decorated it like before, hang on, I decorated it all and then I like started over, like I recorded it and everything, and I just started over because it was, I don't know, like it was just a bit too much. I think I went for like a lilac colour and it just looked disgusting. I did not like it. So I went with like a more neutral theme wall and flooring, and then just added some like sage green colours, because you can be colourful without it being like a bright colour in your face, bright yellow, bright green sort of thing, can't you? So I went with that, and I started out with that sunflower bed, but then I thought, do you know what, actually the green and peachy sort of bedspread looks better and it suits the room better, so I went with that, and then just altered a couple things just to make it all fit in. And I thought it kind of looks better with like the mismatched wood, because I'm trying to like do that a bit more where not everything has to be matching wood swatches, because it's not really that realistic. And I've said before, I don't know many people that have, you know, universal matching wood swatches in the house. Like it's kind of like a mix in it. And then for the kitchen and sort of dining area, the floor plan for this house is a bit weird. Part way through I was kind of thinking, should I alter it? But it took me such a long time to do this house. I was doing it for the entire day yesterday, up until about 10 o'clock. And I started at about 9:30 in the morning. I was so back and forth with it, like it took me such a long time to settle on the shape of the house. Then when I started doing the interior, I don't know what it was, like I just changed my mind so much on what I wanted until I actually settled on the idea of it being like somewhat colourful and, you know, bright on the inside. But yeah, went back and forth with the kitchen. Eventually I did settle on a colour scheme. I went with the dark green cabinets, which I really do like. I think they're probably one of my favourite swatches in those counters. I think they look really good. And yeah, just sort of kept everything else kind of neutral and white. And I also did the bathroom off camera. It's just a basic bathroom, there's nothing too interesting going on. They've got a bath and a shower, so if they do want to potentially, you know, have a child in the future, they can bath the toddler. They've got space to bath the toddler, although I don't know where the toddler's going to live, like what bedroom they're going to have. You might have to potentially make the living room like split it up or something like that, or you could probably fit a bedroom in the middle, you know, where the bedroom and the living room is next to each other. You could probably make the living room a bit smaller, make the bedroom a bit smaller. You could probably get away with that. But yeah, I do quite like what I ended up with in the end for the interior, even though it did take me a long time to settle on what I actually wanted and the sort of mood that you'd get from the interior. I tried to reflect the sim as much as possible, but with there being basically just a blank sim with potential for anything, I also wanted to reflect that in the house. So, you know, it's got some colourfulness, it's got some stuff going on, but really you could have any sim live here. It's not that particular to her personality really, which to be fair, at the minute she doesn't really have one. I think she's ambitious and romantic and something else. I'll write it on screen what she is. I also did a really basic back garden. They don't have a lot of space, so there's only so much you can do with the back garden. But yeah, I hope that you liked this video and this speed build. If you did, feel free to leave a like on it and subscribe if you haven't already. There won't be any Not So Berry this week, but it will be back next week. I'm hoping to have a video up on that by Tuesday, but I've just not been able to sit down and record a video like that, as I've just had a lot on this week. So yeah, I'll be streaming this weekend if you want to pop by for that, and that's at twitch.tv/Hutch_plays, and I'll be streaming Sims 2. Potentially I'll be doing some building as well. I will say that I streamed one of the houses for the save file on Twitch. I were gonna like chop that up and make it into a video, but I just don't think it's doable, so we'll see what happens with that. I might even just do another speed build of it. I might just redo it, but yeah, we'll see. But anyway, I'm going to shut up now and let you go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye.